Hello and welcome. Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Healing with Annette goes live. And welcome to the replay if you're watching the replay, and welcome to the live stream if you're watching the live stream. I will admit I get a little shy, and I think sometimes with my ADD, I also forget week after week that I need to be inviting people. And sometimes I feel like I don't want to be pushy about you need to be here at this time. Come on, why aren't you showing up? I don't want to be that person. So some weeks, honestly, I don't always remember that I need to be inviting people. And other weeks, I will admit that I feel shy about it. So I share that to own it and to be vulnerable with you, to let you know that I'm learning and growing through this process. And I just want to thank you for being here with me today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a metastatic breast cancer survivor turned thrivership pioneer. And over the last 5.5 years, I've trained with the Four Winds, and I am a certified energy medicine practitioner as a result of that training. And I also trained following that with the pocketproject.org, and I continue to learn with the Pocket Project, learning how to heal the trauma that we hold individually, ancestrally, and collectively. And that's a lot, right? Breast cancer, energy medicine, trauma healing. Oh my God, there's a stand-up joke waiting to be made right here, and I don't have it in my back pocket, but I'm working on it. So for those of you that don't know me, I support individuals, and that includes the survivor, the thriver, and the caregiver, with connection, education, healing, and resources. And if this resonates with you, I would love to hear from you. You can contact me through email, info@healingwithannette.org, and I'd love to hear from you. So let's get into the present moment, shall we? That's what we're here to do today. I'll take you through 10-minute grounding practice. I'll keep you for 15 minutes max here. I want to share with you some heart math practices that I personally have found to be really effective. And so, the beautiful thing about the present moment, whether you're watching with me live now or you're catching the replay, is it's here, it's ready, it's waiting wherever we are ready. And so let's take a moment to feel the chair underneath your seat. Feel the floor underneath your feet. And if you've been busy working, maybe you up in your head and you've forgotten you have a body. And so if that's where you are, welcome that. It's not about judging, oh, I need to be more this way. No, 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 no. It's none of that. It's noticing where are you today, accepting it, bringing awareness to it, and then tending to yourself like you would to a friend. So do me a favor, put your phone on vibrate, minimize your other tabs, and let's take a moment to ground and feel our feet, feel our place on the earth, our connection to the earth, whether we're in a car or in a building or at home. Walk your attention intentionally from your head down to your heart to bring your awareness back into your body. And if this is a new place, welcome to that. That's okay too. I want to share, I recently learned that the roots of sequoia trees, the tall redwoods, only grow up to 6 to 12 feet below the ground, or 1.8 to 3.6 meters below the tree, but their roots spread wide, up to 100 feet wide around the trees, and they interconnect in their roots that they spread wide. And that's how the trees communicate and share nutrients with the other trees around them. And we are essentially fancy plants, let's face it, or organs of the earth in our human bodies here. And our grounding into the earth returns us back to our place as earth's creatures. We are not the primary keeper. We are meant to be the caregiver, the carekeeper of this planet and her creatures. And our grounding into earth is kind of like that. We can go wide with our roots when we root down into the earth with our intention. We are complicated plants. We need sunlight, we need water, we need nutrients, we need others, we need community. That's how we thrive. So bring your attention to somebody who's been instrumental in your life, that's really supported you or made you feel loved. And I want you to bring that person into your heart with me now, intentionally. Wrap your awareness around that love and support that you received from that person. And if you're in an environment where it's safe to do so and you're not driving, feel free to close your eyes and sink into that love. Again, I want you to feel into a person that has made you feel loved and supported. I want you to really root down into that. Feel that in your heart. Let that unfold and unfurl like a flower and blossom. And as you activate that feeling of love that that person brings up in you, I want you to radiate that love out into the world. I want you to intentionally radiate that love that you have felt from that person that has supported you. I want you to send that out into the world. I'm going to do it with you. I'm bringing to mind good friends that have come into my life thanks to cancer. Yeah, I came into community after the cancer diagnosis. So I have so much gratitude to the friends that have come into my life thanks to cancer. Yeah. And now I get to be part of that community. And I'm so grateful. I'm sending this love out that I feel for my friends. I'm sending it out into the world. I invite you to do it with me. Send out appreciation into the world for the good that has come into your life. This is how we can start to become into a sort of reciprocal exchange with life. As life gives us blessings, we can be grateful and send out gratitude. We can radiate that gratitude out into the world. We can choose to be a force for good by rooting wide into our community, weaving ourselves where we can be supportive and we can be supported, because it goes both ways. As we support, we are supported. It's like as you put one foot out, the next one goes. It's part of the divine exchange that is life, right? That giving and receiving cycle, which is in a way like a circle. So, well, I still have you. Saturday, I had the opportunity to go to the Breast Cancer Education Association conference, and I have to say, it was so great. It was such a great event. I realized it's going to be a constant learning process. At no point can I stop and rest on my laurels because we need to continue to educate ourselves on the late effects of chemotherapy. And I have a link that I will share uh, from cancer.gov about coping with late effects from cancer. If you or a loved one are newly diagnosed or living with cancer or living with the side effects after treatment, know that you are not alone and you get to be in charge of your health. You need to keep yourself educated. Yes. That can become a full-time job. Yes. But there are resources out there that make it really easy. And cancer.gov is one of those, and I will share that link. It's not easy, but as long as you continue to educate yourself and commit to the path of healing, you can do it. And I have learned for my own journey, I lived in the state of constant hyper arousal, if you will. I was always hypervigilance. I was always on the lookout. And because of that, I could never root down and be at peace. I couldn't find my center. But a couple weeks ago, I had the privilege of going up north for almost a week, spending some time at a women's retreat with my good friend Mel. After 3 days by myself up in Two Harbors, exploring a new area. And I didn't realize how much I needed that time away from the hustle and bustle and the continuous cycle of appointment after appointment and taking care of things at home. It's really hard to root and feel into the ground of what you're creating when you're constantly going from appointment to appointment. So I was really grateful to have that time to slow down. And Saturday, I was reminded that, yes, living fully in the moment is what it's all about. Wherever you are on your journey, the question is, what does living well today look like? So I invite you to ask yourself that question right now. What does living well today look like? And if you want to take your journal out and write about this, this is a wonderful prompt to begin your day. And I invite you to try this each morning. And I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear if this practice was helpful. Uh, Another thing I learned at the breast cancer education conference on Saturday was, let's see, a hot tip: identify your community. Hello, and provide lots of ways to help. And structure your ask so people can plug in. So if you're newly diagnosed or you're supporting someone who's newly diagnosed, there are going to be people who are going to want to help you and they're not going to know how to help you. And it's going to be up to you to identify how they can help you. So if someone says to you, "Let me know what I can do for you," I want you to do yourself a favor and think ahead. Boy, if I have to delegate things in my life, what can I delegate? And I want you to do yourself a favor and think of 3 things. If you're dealing with a serious health challenge, think of 3 things you can delegate. So when someone offers, you could say, "Oh, actually, I was just thinking I could use help with mowing the lawn. I could use help with grocery shopping on this day because I have treatment and I'm not gonna be able to cook, so I'm gonna need dinner." Come prepared so that way you can help the people that wanna help you. And one of the speakers, and I wish I would have done this. Oh, instead of self-isolating and just going into my burrow, I wish I would have said to people, "Don't tell me you're sorry. Say this instead." So I'm planting that seed for the future for those of you that find me, and you're struggling with your newly diagnosis situation or whatever your situation is. If people say to you, if you don't want people to say, "I'm sorry," let them know that. If you have a blog, if you have a caring bridge, or maybe you're on Ionicare or the other apps that are out there to help you manage the communication to your community. Tell people what you want them to say to you. If you want them to support you with cards or socks or wigs, let people know. And you will be doing a service to the people that want to support you. So thank you for being with me. I'm watching the time. I've gone over 15 minutes. Healingwithannette.org if you want to learn more about me and my story. Mondays, I go live on LinkedIn at 11 and I share some embodiment meditation. I share some things that I'm learning. I also have a LinkedIn newsletter where I talk about the nutritional things that I've learned, the teas, the plants, all the things that are good for us to eat, that support us in our healing journey. I talk about that in my LinkedIn newsletter, so check that out on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear from you. info@healingwithannette.org. Thank you so much. Be well. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.